Hello friends, happy Friday. It is Friday, April 30th, 2021, and thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I've got a bit of an update for you, some things that happened over the last couple of days, and I thought that I would share them with you. Whoa, words, what are they? What are we talking about? So if you missed it, I posted two different videos last week. One of them was talking about the non-dairy creamers that I found that I think are pretty decent. And the other one was some foodie finds. Was that just last week? Yeah, last week. So if you're interested, make sure you check out those videos. They are on my channel. I will try to remember to do the eye in the sky. I'm not really good at that. So if I forget, you can find them on my channel. So the last time we did an update video, I mentioned how I had decided to move away from injections for my rheumatoid arthritis and move toward, made the decision to do a infusion. And that had been approved by my insurance and I was just waiting for an appointment date. So that happened on April 28th, which was Wednesday. Yesterday, April 29th, was my birthday, turned 43, and today is Friday, April 30th. So initially I was going to vlog this in fact, Wednesday morning I woke up and I got dressed. I had to go get some blood drawn for my neurologist who I speak to next week. And I was vlogging it. I was doing great. And I thought, okay, I'm going to vlog this at the rheumatoid arthritis, my rheumatologist office. And then I stopped. So when I got there, I didn't realize I had to see her before my infusion. And I think that's just so she could sign off on it. So over the past, two months now, I've been using Infusion. So if you're new here or you don't know what's going on, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in September of 2019. I'd probably had it a couple of years before I was diagnosed, and it had finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I think this is rheumatoid arthritis. I should probably go to the doctor. So I went through injections. I started with methotrexate. I think I was on that for like a year. And then eventually we moved to Humira. And I was on Humira for a while, but I started noticing that my blood sugar was being elevated when it shouldn't be. Story of my life. And so in December, while I was doing a 15-day water fast, I knew that Humira was causing hyperglycemia and I stopped taking it. Don't do that. That was so dumb. So dumb. That was so dumb. So dumb. Don't be me. Don't be a me. So I basically went the whole month of January and half of December without a medication for the rheumatoid arthritis, which is basically your body is attacking your joints, etc., because your immune system is working too much. It's too much. That's how basically it's been described. So I went and saw her in February and we decided to try Infusion because Infusion is a sister drug to Humira, but it doesn't have the same kind of side effects. And it was basically I didn't take anything. And then I saw my regular doctor, primary care physician, sometime in March, and he did blood work because the rheumatologist was concerned about my high red blood count. So my iron came back stupid high. And initially they thought I had hemochromatosis. Is that what it was called? It's where you have too much iron in your blood, basically. But come to find out that it's just the iron is elevated because I have so much inflammation in my body. So when I talked to her again, they gave me the option of sticking with an injection, just trying something new, or doing an infusion. And I went ahead and chose the infusion mostly because they're weight-based. In fact, she did a bag and she had to inject it into the saline. So she did like one needle and then she had to do another one because it was very specific to what I weighed that day. Okay, so I get there and I'm like, I didn't even know I was going to see her. I took an Uber, number one, and let me see, you're getting ahead of yourself. Let's just back it up a little bit. So on Tuesday, I started feeling a a lot of anxiety, like a lot of anxiety. And as I've told everyone that I've told that to, I wasn't anxious about the infusion. I wasn't anxious about getting an IV. I mean, I wasn't anxious about having my blood drawn. I mean, we've been there, we've done that. I was really starting to feel anxious because it's like, I need this to work. Like, I need this to work more than I've needed any other medication to work probably ever in my life. The pain had gotten to be just insurmountable. I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's just been, and every single joint in my body by Tuesday was just excruciating. And even places where I've never had it before, like in my wrist, in my knees, in my ankles. Like when I saw her, she's like, how's it going? And I was like, I literally hurt in every single joint on my body. And she's like, yeah, she did her exam and she was, touching every single joint that she could reach. And she's like, yeah, you're super inflamed. So we went ahead and talked about that. And she said, can I give you a steroid? And if you guys have been with me for a while, I'm diabetic, and steroids just wreak havoc on your system. And in fact, if you're someone who's on steroid therapy and you've never been a diabetic before, it'll probably make you a type 2 diabetic. So they can be pretty nasty, but also they can be a really quick way to get rid of some of the inflammation in your body. And my blood sugars have literally been in the 250s up to 300 consistently for the last 6 or 8 weeks. Before that even. So I said, why not? My blood sugars are already elevated. It's like, can't make it too much worse. So in my infusion, I got Benadryl to help without, with having an allergic reaction. I got the Simpia Aria, and I got a steroid. So I think it was took right an hour to get the IV done. And when I was done, came home, and my brother had messaged and said he needed to come down. So he did that. He just left this morning. So I was just like, you know what? I just can't. I just can't. I can't. So I didn't vlog. And the whole reason why I was going to vlog anyway was to keep track of how my blood sugar reacted after getting that infusion. But like I told Rob, I was like, I had a steroid, so it's going to be at least a week or so before it goes away. So before I even had the infusion, she and I were talking, and I was like, should I be trying a low inflammation diet? I said, I gave up dairy. And she said, how long did you give up dairy for? And I said, I gave it up for about 2.5 weeks. And she said, that's plenty of time. She said, that's plenty of time for you to know if that's what's bothering your body. And she's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. She's like, I probably have, 4 or 5 patients that they've eliminated gluten and they've eliminated dairy and have had a little bit of relief. She's like, but for the most part, there's not much that people can eliminate that will really help. So, yeah, but, what else was I gonna say? I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, she said, she would not to worry about it, but she did. I said, when should I notice a difference? And she said, some people notice a difference within the first 2 weeks. So how this injection works is I got my initial dose, and in 4 weeks, I think it's May 26th, I go back and get the booster. And then after that, it's every 2 months for me to get the medication. She did do blood work, because the last time she'd gotten blood work for me was in January. So she's going to test the inflammation markers, and then I'm sure she'll get blood work again when I go back in 4 weeks to see if it helped at all. She did say that if this doesn't work, she wants to try Humira again, and she wants me to do it without being fasting. I don't know why she thinks fasting caused it to be elevated, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So, hell, I ended up with DKA with Farxiga because I was eating once a day and ended up with my blood sugar, my body going crazy. So, anywho, I haven't really had any symptoms from it other than I've had indigestion. both mornings that I woke up. So yesterday morning on Thursday when I woke up, I had a little bit of indigestion. This morning when I woke up, I felt like I had a little bit of indigestion. But other than that, I felt like I don't feel like I've had any side effects. I told Rob, I was like, I do think maybe it's working. Like, I feel, I've been very, very tired. Like, I've been very, very tired. But I told Rob, I was like, after every injection, I've always felt tired the same day, next day. And I said, this is just an injection, you know, times 1,000. Of course, I'm going to be tired. But I haven't been as stiff the last 2 days. And I haven't woken up as swollen the last 2 days. So I don't know if you're going to be able to tell. I always do this and barely tell, but so I was dealing with a lot of inflammation and swelling in this area. You can kind of see it right here. I do. But so like now it's mostly in my left hand, which is where it originally started from. But like I said, the other day I was just like inflammation from my rooter to my tutor. I mean, it just hurt everywhere. So, and I don't feel like I'm nearly as inflamed as I was, because I'm not nearly as swollen as I was either. And that could be we just got a cold front come through. So at this point, who the fuck knows? So yeah, that's kind of what happened. That's why I'm not vlogging every day, because like I said, my brother came down. He was going to come down on Wednesday, but he ended up coming down yesterday morning. So he's been here, and then like I said, my blood sugar has been wickety whack anyway, so nothing I'm eating or doing or anything is affecting it other than the steroid at this point. So yeah, she did encourage me to seek out an endocrinologist, and I said, I know I need to. I said, but I honestly think that if we can get the inflammation under control, that it will simmer down everything else. Because I just believe that, like, something is telling me that that's the issue. I believe that with my whole hearts of hearts, that if we can just get this fucking inflammation under control, this RA under control, then that will help everything else. I'm also hopeful that this may help the myasthenia, because it is basically an immune suppression therapy, which I'm already doing for the myasthenia, but if it has felt like the myasthenia has also gotten worse. So I talked to my neurologist next Thursday on a televisit, so we'll see what she has to say about that. But yeah, I mean, I have felt every year of my age plus 10 years over the last few weeks. It's just been really, really hard. It's been really, really hard. It's been really, really painful. I mean, it's just been so hard. It just really has been so hard. So that's why I had so much anxiety about this infusion, because I told Rob, I was like, if this doesn't work, we're going to have to go to Arizona. I'm going to have to call the Mayo Clinic and go see them and just figure out, run every test that you can think of, and let's just figure out what the F is going on, because obviously my body is not reacting well to something. But fingers crossed this works. Like I said, it feels like it may be, but it could also just be a placebo effect, or maybe it's just me wanting it to work. The cold front move through. I mean, there are so many different things that it could be. So I'm very hopeful and I'm optimistic, but I'm also a Taurus, so I'm a little bit of a realist too. So we'll see what happens. I'm not getting my hopes up. You know, I'm not getting my expectations up. But if you guys have been with me through the testing for the myasthenia, you know that I'm tenacious and I'm going to stick with it until I figure out what the hell is going on. Because I want to be better. I want to be as well as I can be. I want to continue losing weight. I want to be able to live my life and go and do things, especially now since I have had my second vaccine. But Jesus fuck, guys. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. She poked the hell out of me. I didn't have any side effects from the second Moderna shot. So I don't know how effective it was for me, because everything I'd heard is that you want to have a reaction to it, like a head cold flu kind of feeling to it, because that means it worked. So I don't know. I'm just trying not to think about it. It's like, let me worry about one thing at a time. I did try to social distance from my brother as much as I could while he was here. So, But yeah, turned 43, had the injection, infusion, got the second shot. I feel like I'm doing everything and anything in my power to make sure that this works. So the next time you see me, I may start vlogging next week. We'll see. I know that I still have the steroid in me. I can tell because I'm so flippin' hot. I haven't been quite as hungry. I don't know what was going on Monday, but I could not get full. I woke up hungry, and that hasn't happened in years and years and years where I wake up hungry. But I woke up hungry, and I ate probably every 3 hours for the entire day. Tuesday wasn't nearly as bad. Wednesday, I didn't eat until I got home from the infusion. So the infusion was supposed to be at 1:30. It ended up not happening until like 2:30. But yeah, and then I ate probably about 4:30. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be hungry. And then I was like, Misty, if you can fast for 21 days, you can fast for 1 day. So I'm not doing any fasting. I'm not doing any, I'm just eating when I'm hungry. I'm trying not to change a whole lot of variables. That way I can see if this is gonna help. If it does and I feel better, then I will probably get back into fasting. I don't know that I'm going to do another water fast anytime soon, but I do want to either do 1 meal a day or, try alternate day fasting. Fasting is definitely going to be a part of my life going forward. I just feel like I've got to get some things figured out first, but fingers crossed this works. Fingers crossed. If you guys, are the praying kind or like candles or whatever you can do to send good thoughts and wishes for this infusion to work, I would really appreciate it, because I told Rob, I was like, I am getting to the end of my rope with all this pain and inflammation, because it's just. So yeah, so that's what's going on with me. That's how I'm doing. That's how I'm feeling. I hope you guys are doing well, and yeah. Is there anything else I need to tell you? If you're interested in cards, I have knocked down like almost all of my cards to $2 a piece. Just trying to get some out of my craft room. Still posting away over on my Misty channel if you're interested in the makeup content. Jollyfed Elf for the card making content. All of the rest of my social media is linked down below. But yeah, so love you guys. Thank you for sticking in with me. I appreciate you. I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.